Hello friends, I am Komi Nakomi and welcome back for my favorite Perrin moments video. Like my Matt's favorite moments video, link below, this video will contain spoilers. They will range from Shadow Rising to A Memory of Light, so watch at your own risk. But this time, I'm going to pull back a little bit on the spoilers. Not that I didn't love reliving all of those great Matt moments. Again, link below. But Perrin's storyline, as with Matt's, is so riddled with major plot points. I had to make a choice. Pare it down or tell his whole life story. So I decided to pare it down. But his story is so good, I still have haymakers on my list. But before we start, please go and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And remember that like button if I make you smile like honey cakes on bell time. Also, the channel has reached 100 subscribers. I want to thank you all so much. I'll try to keep the content coming. I wonder if I could use the one power to touch my iPhone. Someone should come up with that weave. So, Rand is the savior, Matt is the gambler, and Perrin is the leader. Real quick, this video is about Perrin, but while preparing for it, I noticed how important Min was in his storyline too. And I wanted to give her character a shout out. Min will be played by Kai Alexander, and I can't wait to see her play that mystical, sassy doomseer. Min wasn't as important as the Emmonsfield Five, but she was almost as important to the Ta'veren Trinity as Moiraine. If you don't count her saving their lives in the Two Rivers and a timely stream of balefire here and there. Okay, Moiraine was the GOAT, but once they left the eye of the world, it was really out of her hands. Am I right? The pattern took the wheel. Perrin's time with Min earlier in the books was pivotal to his development to accept his fate and become the leader the pattern was forging him to be. After everything he saw, he still needed someone to prove to him that it was all real and he actually had a part in it. Matt was just lucky he got his time with Min at the end of the series. Min saves lives. It's a good thing Matt had those snakes and foxes. I mean, am I right? Now let's get right into my favorite Perrin moments. I like my Usquai straight with no chaser. My first moment is when Perrin returns home. So Perrin wants Faile to leave Tyr because he doesn't feel it's safe around him or Rand. He starts frequenting taverns around Tyr looking for rumors to try to draw her attention. That's when he hears about trouble in the Two Rivers. And they mention that white cloaks are looking for a man with yellow eyes. He decides to go home to see if he can help. And Faile decides to go with him. When he gets there, he finds out that Trollocs have been burning farms and ravaging the entire Two Rivers. The White Cloaks, for some reason being in the Two Rivers, have also taken prisoners that he knows personally. Of course, having more heroics than any man has a sense to have, Perrin decides to go and rescue them, taking a page from Moraine's book. On his way to the White Cloak camp, he stops at a few farmhouses and tells them that it would be much safer if they head to Emmonsfield and be close to more people. And at every farmhouse that he stops at, young men decide to follow him and help him in his task. Verin, an Aes Sedai that somehow found her way to the Two Rivers, mentions how she would love to see his Ta'veren nature continue to work. Your Ta'veren nature is showing. Put that thing away. He ends up rescuing the prisoners and then with his band of young followers decides to go off hunting Trollocs. When he returns to Emmonsfield, he finds that his sleepy village has turned into a war camp and is ready to defend itself. And Perrin is chosen by his people to lead them. My next moment is when Perrin meets Faile's parents. Perrin is still in Emmonsfield when he starts to feel Rand pulling at him, as though he needs him. Reluctantly, he, Faile, and an entourage of Emmonsfielders head to Caemlyn to go find Rand. When he arrives, he meets Davram Tigalin Bashir, Faile's father. Of course, the standoff immediately begins. Faile is only 18 and hasn't gotten their permission to wed. Then we meet Faile's mother, Dira, and she and Faile are involved in a wicked game of Russian slap-off. They tell Perrin that his marriage to Faile does not count because he didn't get their permission to marry her, and even imply that they will take her from him under guard of Bashir's soldiers. Perrin shows, though, that he is not intimidated by them, which earns their respect. He even shows a little bit of teeth, asking, are they harder to kill than Trollocs? At that, Dira begins planning their family, informing them how many grandchildren they expect, how many are to be boys, and how exactly they are to perform this feat. My next Perrin moment is Dumai's Wells. Later, Min arrives in Caemlyn too. She has a viewing and tells Perrin that Rand will need him twice or he will die. Not long after that, Rand gets kidnapped. Perrin, with his hairy-chested heroics, stages a rescue with Two Rivers folk, Kyrie Yenin, Mayenners, Aiel, Wolves, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. They head out and end up catching them on the road as the kidnappers themselves find themselves under attack. Perrin and his group, against all odds, go in to rescue Rand. My next favorite part is Perrin learning the wolf dream from Hopper. Throughout the books, Perrin fights embracing his connection to wolves. It's like he likes it, but he doesn't like it. He wants to be in the dream, but he's afraid. And for a time, every time he actually entered the wolf dream, Hopper, the spirit of a friend that he lost, kicks him out of the wolf dream because it's too dangerous. Out on a mission from Rand, Perrin and his forces run into a threat. He realizes that the only way to save his people is to find an artifact in the dream, but to be prepared to face a skilled foe named Slayer that will be protecting this artifact. Perrin soon convinces Hopper to teach him how to survive and fight in the wolf dream. What follows should be cinematically beautiful as he learns to control his mind and space around him. Next, forging the hammer. Perrin has rescued his party, but at a high price. He mourns a friend, and to distract himself from the pain, he decides to analyze their current situation. So he decides to do what he does best when he thinks. He goes to the forge. As he thinks things through, with the help of a channeler, he forges the first power-wrought weapon since the Age of Legends. Perrin forges a warhammer as the entire camp watches him. He names the weapon Mahalanir, which in the old tongue means he who soars, after his friend that he lost. Now resigned and accepting his role as leader, Perrin agrees to lead his swollen army into the last battle. The entire camp explodes, cheering, "Golden Eyes! Golden Eyes! Golden Eyes!" His men even carry off the banner that he's holding at the time, as if it was a precious object, making sure it didn't touch the floor before they raised the banner again. That part always makes me cry. Next, when he saves the White Cloaks. Contemplating the trap that he saved his own camp from, he senses the trap might still be used upon someone else. Perrin sends scouts to check on the White Cloaks that confronted them earlier. They find the White Cloaks camped in a place that is perfect for an attack. Perrin decides to go in and rescue them, stating that we will need everyone to win the last battle. And then we get a massive battle scene with Perrin using his brand new warhammer and riding down a hillside to save the White Cloaks. The last one, guys, is Perrin's final battle with Slayer. During the last battle, Perrin's forces join the war fighting in Andor. Noticing a similar situation affecting possible allies, Perrin goes to the Wolf Dream to see if he can help. After assisting them, he heads to Shale Ghul to protect Rand. He also knows that he must face Slayer again. Perrin is badly wounded when they fight and is forced to leave the dream in a way he has never done before. He recovers though and returns just in the nick of time. Then he and Slayer have the most epic dreamer battle that we will see in the series. I can't wait to see this brought to life, guys. I am begging you, if we make it that far, please commit to doing right by that scene. At the end, Perrin becomes one of the most powerful dream walkers alive. And then he saves Rand's life again, as Min foresaw. Farshaw? That, guys, is a very short list of some of my favorite Perrin moments. Closing note, a part that always comes to mind is when Perrin was talking to Gaul about the color of his eyes. Perrin says, "You've never asked about the color of my eyes." To which Gaul replies, "The world is changing. Next to that, what does the color of a man's eyes matter?" Thank you guys again for stopping by and for all your support helping the channel grow. Next time, I'll teach you guys the new dance craze in the threefold land. It's called the two-step. You can find me on Instagram and Discord at CallMeNotCallMe. You can find me on Twitter at CallMeNotCallMe1. And you can email me at callmenotcallme@gmail.com. Remember to like my video if you did and subscribe to the channel. Until we meet again, may you always find water and shade.